All right, good morning, AJT fam. To those of you who didn't catch me earlier, good morning to you. This is a happy Friday because we had a relatively good week. Normally we have one, maybe two kind of off days this week. It's been a pretty good week. And I believe this is quad witching day. Which might make this an interesting day. All right. The last quiet witching day of the year. And that is when it's a unique event when 4 different sets of futures and options expire all on the same day. So, as you know, or you may not know, futures and options are derivatives and they're linked to their underlying stock prices. So when these derivatives expire, these futures and options expire, traders either if they're still holding these things, they either have to close or adjust their positions. And what that does is it can spark a ton of volume and volatility. What are the 4? Don't quote me on this. You can look it up. But I believe, if I remember correctly, the stock index options, options on stock index futures, the individual stock options, and I think future contracts. So you can double check it because y'all know Google is an amazing tool. But I believe those are the 4. I mean, I don't really care what all's behind it. All I know is that it is quiet witching day. I know I kind of have an idea of what it is and what the results of that day could be. So all that means to me is trading opportunity. So I'm gonna kind of watch, keep an eye on my watch list, and know that there could be some pretty good moves. If we get some open activity, open area. So this morning, COST reported earnings yesterday. So we got in when it broke over the 200. Remember, there was like 1 or 2 of y'all still hanging at 5 o'clock. I was freezing outside I like to go after the lunchtime hour. I like to roll my mobile station out. That's the one that I do when I do the mentoring session, the one-on-one mentoring sessions, and we go to the breakout rooms. I like to roll that outside and sit out, because the weather is really nice around that time. But I was out there I had a full day, and I was out there, and it was like the sun had started going down. It's like around getting to be 5 o'clock, and it started getting cold, and I was freezing. I was ready to go. But we said as soon as we got over the 200, we had a plan. So 645 was my first target going into, once we got in this trade. It didn't get there after market. But as I said, if we held the 200, we were gonna hold overnight, and that's what we did. So this is the earnings trade we held overnight. I wasn't logged in, this early, but when I did log in, we had made this move and pulled back, so I just put my original target back on at 645. I'm still looking for 650. But the event, what dropped the market at 8:30 kind of pulled this back too. I think. I don't know. That's my assumption. Unless you're there watching the people trade, you have no idea. But we still have it on watch. We still have this on watch. And just like ADBE yesterday, I'm gonna put my stop at break even. If it pulls back, stops us out, then we're done. And then we actually traded ADBE to the short side after that. So we really worked ADBE on this earnings thing. So COST could be just as good. Yep. Well, the one thing that's why I feel it's important to stream every day. And if a lot of these questions, guys, you can answer in the main room. You don't have to. You can ask in the main room. You don't have to send me like DMs, because a lot of times the questions are, other people may want to hear the answers too. But yeah, I told you yesterday, I don't stream live for you to copy what I do. I stream live so you can observe what I do. Observe me putting the principles that I'm teaching you into practice, so that when you get into your trades, you have a template that you can follow to help you. Because when I make a mistake, you'll hear me talk to myself. I have a process that I talk through, that I analyze the situation so that I don't compound my mistake by acting irrationally. Something like that. And also to show you, and the main reason, one of the main reasons is to show you that the process works. Because, guys, I could be like everybody else and just brag and, blow out my day, main big days, and the big trades, and just show you those. But everybody knows that those trades are few and far between. And when you only focus on these big trades, you start getting addicted to random. And so you're happy if you can just hit this big random trade. But the money is made in between those trades. The money is made in the trenches. And that's what you need to see every day. That's what you need to put your faith in and focus in on, lock in on, is what do we do in the trenches? You know, what do these base hits add up? Absolutely. They add up. And that's what you see. But yeah, the main reason why I do this, again, is not for you to jump in a trade as soon as I jump in it. You know, oftentimes you get in too late, and then you end up having to take the trade off because you're stopped and your risk management is off. And then you get mad and frustrated. And that's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to be an example and to try and lead by example. Now, I'm human. I make mistakes. Every now and then I get emotional and, you know, I may say something you may not want to hear. Yeah, on bad days, don't keep your kids in the room with you. You don't want to do that. But I'm human, and I'm an emotional being just like everybody else. But how we deal with those emotions and how we use them to our advantage in trading is, you know, big. It is the thing. So all right, my cat, I don't know, I think he's going through that phase. And you're going through that phase. They're all fixed, so they're not in heat. I sure as hell wasn't gonna deal with that. But so please excuse my cat when he starts whining. Two of them are in the front because they're quiet. They lay together on the couch and just chill all day. Simba and Luna are the nutcases. So those are the ones that you hear acting a fool in here every day. I gotta keep my eye on them 24/7. Those are the ones that'll go around and tear up stuff. Alright, so y'all don't want to hear about my cats. You want to hear about the stocks. So we already talked about COST. You could see 640.038. So 640.04 is going to be the stop. And that's the break-even point. We've taken profit here. This is really a bunt in terms of earnings profit. But I am looking for 650, so if we can push up after the open and grab 650, that'd be great. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna put that out there. And we're gonna go through our Fugly 5. Now, I didn't send out anything. I didn't send out the alternative scan. Didn't want to fool with that on today. You know, with it being quiet witching day, and I believe if we keep focused on the stocks that we're going to be trading, I think we'll be in good shape. Coin is not on the list, so let me cover that up. So EMPH, obviously, we are doing good. If you were swinging it with me, you know, we are deep in the profit on this. But if this does break out over the pre-market high, we got to trade to the long side. If we get under the 200 here, you know, that's when we got openings to the short side. I'm not trading inside the tackles. You know, I'm not trying to run it straight up the gut. I don't like that. I know that's old school SEC, you know, smash mouth football, but that's not me. I like to spread the field and get into the gaps, and I can create more yardage that way, and that's exactly what I do. So EMPH, that's the idea on it. Tesla finally started breaking out of this. I mean, look at this. Well, let me do it this way. This look at this channel Tesla has been in for a month, damn near a month. Now we did make some money on Tesla here and here, but the real money to be made is when this thing breaks out of its channel. So if we can get out of this channel today, there may be another good trade to the long side. All right, there may be another good trade to the long side. So that's that. So we're looking at that. But even if Tesla sells, look at the window of opportunity that we have inside here. We've got, you know, a pivot here that we could take profit at. But look at the window. This is significant. We can make some decent money under the 200. You know, to have to take out yesterday's close price, get under the 200, and we've got a nice short window. If to go long, we need it to take out the pre-market highs up here, and then, you know, we could get into this gap, which does have, you know, a couple of daily pivots that we can pick to take profit on. So we've got Tesla, we've got Nvidia. You could see pre-market high on Nvidia. If Nvidia wants to go short, of course, but I don't see it. I don't see a whole lot of clear selling on Nvidia going short, because we've got the 10-day, the 20-day, the 5-day, all of this here. Now the 20-day is good, but there could be enough room inside here once it sets up to, you know, a nice window down to the 10-day. But the 5-day moving averages could cause some havoc there. So this one isn't as clean as some of the other ones we looked at. You got Netflix. Netflix may have the volume today to really continue making these moves. I mean, look at the solid moves on Netflix. Wednesday, the big pullback yesterday. And now look, we did make a higher low. We held the 20. I mean, is that the 20 or the 10? Hold on. Yeah, we held the 20. Even though these are two different colors, they're too damn close. I'm going to have to fix that. But it held a 20-day, held a 5-day. So, and we are, above yesterday's close. So we could be, making another move back up towards the highs here. So we'll keep an eye on that. This is our fugly 5, so that's all we're really concerned about today. Microsoft, look at it, but look what it's running into. On the 10-day at 371, which is going to be just over $2 away. 374 is going to be the 20-day. Um, 378 is the, no, it's not 370. No, 370. I really need glasses. So Netflix could break out strong. It definitely could break out strong, but it's not as clean as I like it. So those that don't have really clean moves tend to go on the secondary watch. They fall to the secondary watch. And then we got Meta, again, primed to break out, but it's just not. It's not selling off, and it's not breaking out. So, and here we have 338, 37. Well, close enough to show. So we got 338, 37, and we start running into pivot soup here. 341, 87. Right there. And 342, 92. So we start again running into pivot soup. And then it's just stacked right on top of each other. I'll just put 342, I'll round it up. But you can see they're kind of stacked right on top of each other. If it's going. No, I haven't looked at analyst downgrades and upgrades because they haven't been, given any decent moves. So that's when we kind of switched gears, and I came up with the other morning scan where we look for 52-week highs, 52-week lows, and adjust accordingly. The rationale for the cost trade, it was on earnings yesterday. This COST is me taking profit from getting in yesterday on earnings. So just an overnight earnings trade. But yeah, it's like we say, like excuse me, we're not changing our strategy, but we do have to adjust according to market conditions in the stocks that we trade. So like the Fugly 5, if one starts to just not produce, let's say Microsoft goes flatline for a couple of months, and then there's another stock like EMPH. Remember, we added it, and it's a 6 stock. So it's our sexy 6 versus the Fugly 5. Because EMPH has been like an ATM for us the last several months. Now, once EMPH fizzles out, we may rotate back to the Fugly 5, or if another stock pokes his head out and starts to really, make some good moves throughout the day, then we'll still be back in the sexy 6 again. But are you guys ready? Are you ready? Got a couple more minutes before the market opens. Oh man, I need to put my stop in. Holy cow. Because, it may dip and stop us out early. That's fine. Don't have a problem with that. Aggressive entry would be EMPH. But Meta, Tesla, Microsoft, everything, the bottom fell out. Netflix, Nvidia, the whole bottom fell out. But what do? We're patient. We wait and we let the market settle and tell us what it wants to do today. And then we go play with it. We've got to decide. We've got to decide whether the market is going to be on our side or not. So I think COST, we may stop out on the bell. But man, if we can get 650, boy, I'd be happy. I'll be ecstatic. Oh man, look at that. Maybe I should have gone 648. Because it did get to 649 before it came back to break our hearts. But that's fine. That's trading. And it's not done for the day. I'll be able to pick up some profit. I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about that. But if it does get back up to 648, I'm not going to be a jackass. I'm going to take profit. So if it does get back to 648, I will take profit on it. Should have done that to start with, but I was being a little greedy. Well, I've always ignored big wicks. Always ignored big wicks. So it's not something new. Damn, look at NVIDIA. Bam. NVIDIA is another one, but of course I'm going to have to wait for the 5-minute opening range. I've always ignored those huge wicks. When you have wicks that are twice the size of the body, there's profit potential in that, especially if they're huge. Excuse me, kitty. Look, I can't focus on you right now. Damn, NVIDIA. Woo. Wasn't looking for NVIDIA for an aggressive move. Damn. And Tesla's going the wrong way. Tesla's going the wrong way. But like I said, alright, so Costco, I'm gonna have to hurry up and get this. I'm gonna sell some at 6. God damn it. I messed up. I was gonna take some at 650, but I typed in the wrong damn price. Crap. Alright, NVIDIA, let's see where the LRC is. The problem is this damn ever since it made the ever since Thinkorswim switched over to the fuck, I missed that. wanted Meta. Damn. I think Meta's gonna be better than Nvidia, but shit. I really wanted Meta. It's what happens when you're looking around at all these different stocks. Say I'm putting my target at 490 because number one, it's a whole dollar, strong psychological level, and the linear regression channel is sitting here. Did any of you guys get Microsoft? I mean, either Microsoft or Meta? Awesome, guys. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. That's a beautiful thing. We got our watch list. You pick the stock that you like, that you feel comfortable with, and you nail it. That's what I like to see. That lets me know that my time that I'm investing with you guys is paying off. Love it. I love it. So you guys are banking on Meta. That's the one I really wanted, but I clicked to it too late. It's a little bit too late clicking to it. A little bit too late clicking to it. Crud. All I see is open interest right now. Yeah, 490 and 500. Yeah, congrats, you guys. They got Meta and Microsoft. You guys are banking. You've already hit your first targets on both of them. And you guys are banking. I'm sitting here in Nvidia scratching my head. Like, what the hell just happened? What the hell just happened here? Let me see, where's the linear regression channel on Costco? that's the linear regression channel on Costco. It's kind of where I wanted to take profit, man, but shoot. I accidentally typed in the wrong price. So that's going to eat into my profits. That's going to eat into my profits. All right, so you guys, Nvidia, these stocks, you can't come in and put a 2-cent stop on this and think you're going to make money. These are the stocks that you've got to give room to work. But giving it room, you know, you get paid off in the end. So you got to know how much room to give it before you jump in. You got to understand the way these stocks move and the ins and outs of them. Now there's a ton of open interest all the way up from 490 to 500. A whole lot of open interest on the options chain. So, you know, if it gets going, it's got some steam behind it. It just has to get going. What's happening with Costco? It's stuck under the opening range high. That's what's happening with Costco. Opening range high is 650.92. Be quiet, dogs. Y'all didn't want to go out at 8 o'clock? You're going to have to wait till 9 o'clock. Because I'm not stopping to let you out. I forgot I got to use the darker one so that you can see it better. That's what's happening on Costco. And you're running into the linear regression channel. So, I mean, you got to admit, it is up pretty big. So, you're going to have, you know, you're going to have buyer fatigue. We're going to have a little buyer fatigue. So, let's see if we can get to 651.25. I'll be good to go. Nvidia is breaking my back. But it has the potential to explode to 490 in a matter of seconds. We know it has that potential. Alright, let me go let these dogs out real quick while I'm waiting. Y'all don't click any buttons while I'm going. You hear me? Keep your paws off my keyboard. back up. I'm back. Good kitties. You keep your paws off my keyboard. I do bad enough by myself. I don't need y'all breaking it off in me too. Alright, so Costco. Yep, we got it. This is gonna hurt my profit. Alright, that's gonna hurt my profit. But I'm still happy with it. We still locked in a healthy profit on this. Even with the accidental stop. Get your face out of my thing. So I'm gonna put in a range order. Final target 656, which is this upper linear regression channel here. My stop price is going to be 647.50. Invalid. What's invalid about it? Let me try it again. Okay, sell stop. Range. My high price was 656, and my low price was I typed in 647.50. I typed in the wrong price again. Boy, my dyslexia is kicking me today. My dyslexia is breaking my back today. Now, I would, if I had enough shares, let's say if I was in 50 shares going toward my final target, which is normally what I should have, okay, then I would take some at 655. This is a strong psychological level. All right, 655. But I don't. You know, I lost that extra shares right here. So all I could do is put in and hold out for my final target, which is the next linear regression channel at 56.25. Alright, so that's gonna be the final target. So we're done with this. We're on autopilot with that. Don't need to look at this anymore. See where we are in NVIDIA. Yep, NVIDIA is being NVIDIA. This is what NVIDIA does. This is what we expect. If it doesn't break out and make the big move, you can expect this on NVIDIA. Tesla. We're ready for a Tesla short if it's ready for us. You You know, I'm not feeling right. I haven't made any money on the short yet. Both trades have been longs, and I might not be making any money on Nvidia. The longer Nvidia sits here, the less chance of me making money. Okay, and here's another important fact to note on Nvidia. We have not claimed the 5-minute opening range high. Okay, this closed above it. This never took out the high. This closed above it. This never took out the high. So this candle closed back below it. So we've got to start the process all over again. Got to start the process all over again. Yeah, I'm saying if it didn't break out, you know, and make that run up to 650, then and it pulls back, you're gonna have a lot of fighting. You know, algos, automated trading systems, you're gonna have a lot of infighting. So you're gonna have wicked out candles like this, wicking to the long side, the short side, all of that good stuff. So that's what we're gonna be seeing. And all of this knowledge comes from trading the same stocks every day. Trading the same stocks every day. And then throughout the year, trading the same stocks at specific times. These are the stocks that report earnings, you know, and all of that. So that, you know, that's what we're on. That's the road that we're on. Look, I want to see 490. I want to see 490. That's the next linear regression channel, guys. Want to see 490. Come on, baby. Come on. Man, it keeps getting stuck. This is Netflix being Netflix, guys. That's just the way it goes. Bingo! We got the first target. We got the first target on Nvidia. So gotta put in my break-even stop so that if it pulls back from this level, I will have locked in my base hit. And that's what we need to do. 488. That's that. All right. Nvidia is pulling back, but nice base hit. I'm happy with it. Really happy with it. And see, Costco kind of tiptoed up there, but the bid quite didn't get there. Got to get the bid up over 656. The bid got stuck, unfortunately. And I am surprised. I'm freaked out. I can't find a short trade. Nice, 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 nice. I see you. I see you, buddy. I see you, buddy. Vámonos. Vámonos todos. Slow it down, slow it down, slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. And then speed it up. Slow it down, then speed it up. Boy, get your face. All right. You should be happy with that. All right, Nvidia gave us a nice base hit, and this is what I'm talking about. This isn't where we want to go with it. This isn't the final target. It's not. This is just one target right here. We're looking for the next this next window here. And the linear regression channel. So this has to work its way through this linear regression channel, get into the next channel so we can pick up some fresh players. Until we get into that channel, it's not going to start triggering those orders. It's not going to start triggering those algos and the fresh players to come in. And this is what we deal with. But these suckers add up. I don't know how much. I don't watch my P&L, you know that. I don't watch my P&L. Don't care what it says. I'm trying to pick up profit, man. I'm trying to lock in profit. Yeah, some days don't work out, but most days do. Man, if y'all ask me about ours one more time, I'm gonna give y'all some. I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make some playing blocks and put R on all four sides. I mean, all 8 sides, so y'all can roll them around on the floor all day. See how many R's you come up with. Some building blocks, and they're all gonna, you remember those blocks? I don't know, you guys, this may be before your time. We used to have building blocks with the ABCs on it, and you could build things with them, or you could spell out words with them. So I'm gonna give you a bag of them with R's on it. And y'all can play with them all day. First target, I usually take 2/3. And then the second target, I split. I take half of what's left. And depending on what the range looks like, I may split the last piece. Like if I have 50 shares, like I did on Costco, I kind of messed that up. So I've got 25 shares, so I'm splitting it. I used to take half at the first target, but um, the market started not following through several years ago, and so 2/3 is it, because most trades do not follow through. All right, so 66 at the first target, then 50 of the remaining targets. Yeah. Let me see what the exact calculation is. Edit. Yeah, 0.66 is what I take. I don't round it all the way out. Just 0.66. And then, my half button is 0.5. I'm gonna choke this NVIDIA stuff. NVIDIA, I'm gonna hurt you. Gonna hurt you, NVIDIA. That's the trash truck, guys. I'm about to throw y'all in it if y'all don't get yourselves together. Y'all about to get thrown in that trash truck. Alright, so what I'm going to do is split the difference. So I'm actually going to look at 492.50. No, wait a minute. $493. $493. If it can get there. Like, we're after 10 o'clock. We might not get any more like volatility, any more big push. But we are getting some fresh buyers coming in. The algo's working. This spot is waking up. Oh no. They've adjusted this up. Oh no. I was getting happy for a minute. That got adjusted up, so we're still stuck under it. But we did pick up some freshies. We did press up some, but this thing is killing us. That LRC is killing us, man. It's breaking our backs. Yeah, Netflix is at pre-market high, but you have to look out for the 200. You gotta look out for the 200. You're gonna run into that. So everything is getting really slow right now.
How tool.
Yeah, it'll take a nap. Let's see, mRNA. Let's take a look at it. Going red. Let's see, 81.63. Let's see where the alright, here's the see where the pivots are here. 81.64. $82.56. And 84.12. No, obviously it's got to go red on the day. Yeah, I've got Carvana in my long term. Yep. Because that's where I bought my car from, so it's in my long term. When I bought my car from there, and it was like, after my son totaled my other one, which turned out to be a really good deal. Because at the time, the prices of the cars were going up, especially used cars. And I paid like 22,000 for the black Camaro I had. I paid like 22,000 for it, and that's how much I got back. All right, I'm gonna sell half up here through 492.50. I'm watching this to see if we could get away from this. Get up to 492. There we go. Well, we might get, hold on now, we might get 493. I'm giving it a minute, see if it can push. So I had bought the car, had it for 5 years when my son wrecked it. And I got the 5 years later, I got the exact same amount for that car that I paid for it. From the insurance company. Shiznick. Oh man, greed got me again. But it was moving pretty good. I thought we could tap. I honestly thought we were gonna tap 493. I honestly thought we were gonna tap 493. And so when I was looking for another Camaro, I found this one. I just happened to go online and start looking, and I found this one at Carvana. And I'm like, it can't be this easy to buy a damn car. It can't be this easy. And sure as shit, it was. And they delivered it right on the day that they said they were going to deliver it. I was sitting right here trading when the car pulled up. If any of you were here, God damn it. Look at this. Oh yeah, we test, when they bring it, you get to test drive it and everything before you sign it. But it was a real simple process. Just like they said. It was just that simple. And after that, I'm like, I'm investing in this company. And then the wheels fell off of it. And so I was able to get some really cheap. Yeah, I was still at you know where when it came. But they made believers out of me. Honestly, they honestly made believers out of me. Because I'm so used to going to I was so used to going to the dealership and having to sit there for hours and stuff. Me getting headaches because I'm hungry. I remember those days. If we get up here and get stalled again, I'm going to take profit. But I want to get through 492.50 before I do. There's absolutely no reason why this shit's selling off right now. There's no reason why it shouldn't get to 493. We just flat ran out of buyers. We just flat ran out of buyers. We never got back to 492.50. And I would have taken some profit there if it stalled out again up there. Yeah, they take your keys to your supposed trade-in. I learned that trick way back And so I started showing up, and I'm like, no, this isn't the car I'm trading in. I'm looking right now. So if I find what I want, then I can decide what I want to do with my other car. And then I let them think that I'm gonna finance it, because if you're gonna finance it, you get a better price, because they make money, they make commissions off the finance company too when you finance it through them. So it's a lot of fun, but with Carvana it was nothing like that. Nothing like that. All right, come on, baby, come on, 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 come on. Bingo! No negotiations. No negotiations. Yes, sir. All right, so now we're going to 496.75. So we're going to autopilot. We're going into autopilot mode right now. So the final target is the top of that linear regression channel. Remember, we're trading in here. We closed this already. Now we're trying to close this one. So I don't put it at the exact price, because we know how the market works. So I could put this at 496.65 for my target. So I'm giving it more or less a 10 cent offset to try and ensure that I get hit, because normally if you put it at the price, you may come a couple cents short. It happens. My profit stop on what's left is going to be right back at my first target. So my first profit on NVIDIA was $4.90. So that's where the stop goes, right? Am I right or am I right? Right. Oh, awesome. Awesome, Caroline. You got Meta and NVIDIA. Awesome. Hey, this is the way we want to go into 2024. With confidence. We want to go in with confidence. Alright, so we're on autopilot. Stops 490. Profit target, the final target is 496, and I put 65. So there we go. Yeah, I mean, even if you didn't have a good day today, I mean, you could have made a mistake, or the stock that you chose may not have worked. or you got in and you really hadn't accepted the risk. You know, because I got a lot of frown faces. I got a lot of frowny faces for this dip. Why didn't you take it off? Why didn't you take it off when it pulled back? You know, it pulled back over $1. Well, because my risk was more than $1. Right? My risk was more than $1. The ATR now on this candle is 160. So what do you think the risk was on this? But what's the reward? What's the final target? 496. I got in at 487. You're talking about $9 potential. You don't think I can risk $3 to make $9? I don't need to calculate that in, you know, percent, or I don't need to calculate that. I could look at the chart and see my risk versus my reward is off the damn charts. It's about making trading simple so you can focus on your mental execution ability, because you make money through execution. You execute. That's the only way you can make money, is if you execute. If you can't execute, you can't make money. All right, so tell me, let me get a clean chart here. I want you to take me through it, what you did. Let me get a clean chart up. Let me get a clean chart. Load settings. Ah, shut up. Why aren't you gonna do right, man? Whatever. Oh, okay. Hold on. All right. Let me get your chart up. All right, here you go. So when you got into this, what was the ATR? 296.3. Okay, what's the rule? What should you have done with that 296.3? $2.96. What were you supposed to do? Don't you think 3 is too tight? It's only, 3.7 cents above the entry. All right, 25 cents is the rule. So if it's at 3, I'm not going to, if it's at essentially 296 is $3. So I'm going to give it about 25 cents so that I don't get wicked out. Because that's exactly what happened to you. You got wicked out. Yeah, we always round up, but if it's only like a couple of cents, this was less than 5 cents from $3. So you're going to have to give it more. The whole purpose of this is to not get wicked out. And you, right here, you got wicked out damn near to the penny. And then we started going. Look, professional traders. When I say professional traders, I'm talking about the institutional traders, the fund traders. All of these guys, their job is to make money off of us. They know the money to be made is taking it off the retail traders. They know that. We know that. If we don't, we're dumb. We're blind to that effect. So how do we make money in trading? We make money in trading by figuring out what the big guys are doing and following them, coming up with a process so that we could follow them. We could be on the side with them. Now, we don't have the money. We can't give the range and all of that stuff that they do. But we can adapt. Okay, we have the ability to adapt. And if they know that, hey, we're using the 30-minute, ATR on a 5-minute chart, and it may coincide with maybe a 2-minute chart, or it may coincide, a 1-minute chart's ridiculous, but it may coincide with a 3-minute chart. Whatever it does, it may coincide with that. And so they're gonna run it back to where most people have their stop sitting out. And I'm gonna bet you had a hard stop sitting out. Am I correct? I'm assuming, yeah. So when you put your hard stop out, and that's why I tell you these guys use level 2 against us. They use it against us. These big guys will never put their orders out so that you can see them. Never. They're not going to tip their hand. But when we put our hard stops in and we put in our orders, they can see it. They can see it. It's right there in front of their faces. They can see it and they say, wow, there's a whole lot of orders sitting here at these 2 levels. Let's pull it back, grab these orders, So they'll risk whatever this is to pick all these orders up so that they can sell them up here. That's what they do. That is what they do. You know, and that's why I say the things I say. I do the things the way I do it. Because, you know, I know this. No, my mentor is one of those whales. And I've spent a couple of days with him and watched how they do it. You know, at one time he had like 15 algos running. You know, he's cut it down now. But the thing is, he realized he was spending a lot of money because those algos had to be updated quite often. And you had to pay the person that created it to come back and upgrade it. So it was wild. But it's about knowing what these guys do. You know, that's why I tell you, when we get in a trade, a breakout trade, you know it's going to pull back at some point. Yeah, it may go up 15, 20, 25 cents, sometimes even 50 cents. And then the rug gets pulled on it. And you're like, damn, I got screwed. No, this is what happens. That's why you see those momentum scalp traders. You know, yeah, they're risking 10, 15 cents to make 50 cents. When you buy the breakout, yeah, it may go straight up. You know, 20, 25, 30, 40 cents before it comes crashing down. So they're trading with big size so they can get those tiny moves. If you're not trading with big size, you're wasting your time and money. But for me, I like a more conservative, you know, I'm just a conservative person by nature. You know, I'm from the South. That's just what was bred in me. So I'm more conservative by nature. So my trading is more conservative. And me being more conservative doesn't mean I can't risk, you know, what I need to risk in order to get what I wanted to get. So I need to change this. Oh, you're welcome. You know, I try to make sure that I teach these lessons all the time. Okay, so if we get in, let's say to break 489, no, right here. Let's say I got in at 488. All right, we in at 488. And we're going to give it $3.25. Well, I'm willing to give $3.50, but $3.25. Let's stick to it. So I get in at 488 and I risk $3.25. So my stop is going to be at 484 75. So this is where my stop was. So my entry was up here. This is my stop. And then my final target was, I can't remember the damn price. So my final target is 496.75. So 488, let's say 497. That's $9. I'm risking whatever I need to risk in order to make the trade. Like I don't have a dollar amount limit that I'm risking anymore. It's based on the chart. Eventually you're going to get to that point. But I give you guys, when you're trying to grow, when you're growing your account, yeah, there's a risk level that you're going to have. So if I'm going to risk $3, and I only want to risk $300, then I'm only going to be able to trade 100 shares. You know, so I'm not really worrying about that I risk $900. I'm trying not to think about the money. I'm trying to focus on the chart, because I can look at the chart and see this is where my risk is. My reward is way up here. Does the trade make sense? Yeah. So when it triggers, I'm gone. I am doing it. But guess what? What would happen if I was, let's say I was late and I got in all the way up here at 489. I was fighting with myself. Okay, let's say I was trying to decide whether this was a good trade to take. Should I take this? All of the stuff that you shouldn't be doing when it's time to trade. And you didn't get in until 489. And your risk is 325, right? So 485.75, you're gonna bring this up $1. Now, what happens when you're late getting in? This is why you don't see me when a trade has gone beyond my range. This is why you don't see me get in the trade. This is 100% why you never see me get in the trade once it's broken out. When I was like, damn, I missed it. Just like Meta this morning. I'm not going to jump in Meta $1 late, because guess what? It screws up my risk. Now, granted, I don't have a hard stop. So it could actually dip down and get bought right back up, and I'll never get stopped out. So I never put my order out here on an initial stop. Now, when I put in my stop after I take profit, that's a different story. because I'm not gonna risk money that I've already made. So it's putting a hard stop at break even is no big deal. You know, but all of that is all of that's part of what we teach in the class, and then what you see me do every day. But you got the right concept of rounding up. But when you have something that's like 1 or 2 cents, you got to give it more than that, especially if you're going to put in a hard stop. You want to put it outside of that range. Does that make sense? See, the most frustrating thing in this trading is getting stopped out and then watching the trade just blast off. Let me take this off. Oh man, Nvidia is pulling in. Once it loses the 9 is a trailing stop. Once it loses the 9, then technically the trade's dead and we close it. So what we do is we wait. Again, these big traders know. That we most of us use the 9 as a trailing stop. That typically when stocks run or move up or down, they're trailing the 9, or the 9's trailing the price action. And once it gets back through, it's done. So what do? They put their stop on the 9, or they use that 9 number as a trailer. All they got to do is pull it back, and it's gonna nail everybody sitting there. So you want to wait. If you're gonna use it, you want to wait to see if it gets confirmed. So confirm means this candle has to close below the 9 moving average, and then the next candle makes a lower low relative to this candle that closed. Once it does that, it confirms losing the 9, and I gotta take the trade off. But quite often we see it wick down, and all it's doing is taking out these orders, and then it starts to run back. People are selling, big money's buying. So 492, if they start buying down here, 492, 491.75, 491.80, and then they start selling into the breakout guys up here, you don't think that's very profitable for them? They've got the ability to trade with enough volume to where that makes absolutely 100% sense for them to do that. And we're sitting here scratching you know what, trying to figure out what the hell just happened. If you don't know, if you're not getting taught how to read price action the right way, I would give me a chance. I know most people are in 2 or 3 rooms at the same time, and you're getting bombarded with a whole bunch of different information. But you see me talk about this and show this consistently every day. So unless you're blind to what you see exactly what's happening here. All right, so here we're pulling back again. We are pulling back again. We don't know what's going to happen. This could be a full-on reversal, but that's what's going to tell us what it's going to be. You know, if we lose the 9, that's 100% what's going to tell us. Your stop on the video was $3. You were stopped out at $3.04. Yep. That's it. You got to give it. And I'm not saying you'll never get stopped out, because if you have a hard stop out there, you could easily get wicked out. But there's less chance of you getting stopped out before the move happens. Because these stocks we trade and the moves that we're looking for, I'm telling you, you're gonna have to go through some fight. Son, why do you keep creeping up here when I'm telling you I'm working? I haven't stopped talking. You know what time I quit. Well, yeah, it's 11 o'clock, so you do know time, don't you? But give me a little bit longer to 11:30, okay? Give me till 11:30, boy, and then you can come up here and I'll scratch your back for you. I wouldn't be thinking about much of anything right now, to be honest with you. But if you want to give it a shot, make sure you have a full plan in place. Let's see, 132. $127.47. See, these are the daily levels here. $124.39. $124.39. All right, so we've got this 134.29, not 134, 124.39. Well, it's close enough. So we got this daily level here that we've established over, right? So now the next level is 127.47. Is that too close to 126.88? Yes. So this is not a trade. Even though this looks good, we're looking to break out. This is not a trade that we should take, because the risk is not worth it. The reward is not worth the risk. Put it that way. Okay, let's check NVIDIA here, because we are coming all the way back down to 491.25. We've lost this. This thing readjusted up here, so we lost it along with the 9. So we have pretty much, did this close? I can't see that well. Did this close below the 9 moving average? My eyes are bad. What, girl? Who you looking for? Huh? Who you looking for? Son, I told you I will call you when it's time. No fighting. I'm guessing even though y'all don't have any reproductive parts, you still go through this every cycle. You see, you're thinking about going short. What stop were you talking about going short on? Maybe that's where I'm getting. I don't understand what you're saying. Oh, you were talking about shortening it here? I mean, you could do that, but why? I mean, there's not a lot of room for a reversal here. Like here, you're too close to the 9. Here, you're too close to the 20. You're just getting peanuts. But once it takes out that low, then, I'm out. Once it takes out the low of this candle, because what this did, we lost the 9, the linear regression channel. I don't care if it's sitting on the 20. What's the chances of it bouncing back and actually making a move? And if it does, if I really wanted to, I can buy the breakout. But, to me, this move is pretty much dead. But see, if you take it short, it just, even though it may sell all the way off, it doesn't make sense because there's so much support that could stop it. So, and I like clean trades. Cleanliness is next to godliness. All right, so what we're gonna do is go ahead and recap our trades for today. Since we have NVIDIA up here, we're gonna go ahead and do that. 5-minute opening range breakout, and we kind of talked about the stop and how to make sure that you don't put your hard stop inside the volatility, inside a single candle volatility. All right, so here is the it pulled back and bounced up. We got our first target, went up, got our second target, and now we are out. All right, it actually stopped us out right when it took out the low. So all of that kind of worked out. It was right there at our open. So all of that kind of worked together. And now that I blew this up, I see that we did close below this. So really, I should have exited here. But I couldn't really see it. Should have exited right there. So I gave up 50 bucks, basically. $1. But that's this trade. We locked in some pretty decent profit. And I am happy. And at the end, I'll show you. I'll break my rules for today because I don't think I'm going to keep. It's Friday. It's quiet witching day. I don't know if I want to, do much more, if anything. Girl, what's wrong? Huh? What's wrong? Okay, look, we might bounce here because it tried to, just like it bounced off of the 9, it's probably going to bounce here. Then if it sells through, it may try to bounce here on the VWAP. But the other trade, COST, God damn it, cat, stop. COST, this is taking profit from the earnings trade yesterday. All right, we entered right here. This is the candle we entered on. It did not get to 645. It did break over it early, but I wasn't logged on then. So by the time I logged on, I was able to put 645 in. We got that first target. I was looking for 649. I just messed up and accidentally took profit here. This was supposed to be up here. But I still had to take profit here. And this was my final target. The linear regression channel. And you see it. This is exactly why I use this as my profit target. Or I look for levels of resistance to take profit because there's no guarantee that it's going to trade through it. So usually stocks are going to run into issues. It's going to stop, halt, or go through some trials and tribulations at each one of these levels. But that's it. So show you this morning. All right, because I doubt if I'm going to trade anymore. This is Costco. This was an earnings trade. We were just collecting profit from following through on the earnings move last night. From here, coming back over to 200. And then Nvidia. Pretty decent. Pretty decent profit. Should have locked in. Should have been a little over $700. But had this thing gone, had this thing taken off, we would have gotten a full move. But it didn't. Just like any other trade, any other day, they rarely go, to the full move. Or if it does, we do get a pullback like this, and it could bounce and, keep going. But every trade is not going to be a home run. They're going to be base hits. And just imagine if we got a couple of base hits like this a day. You add these up, what are you going to come up with? You're going to have really good days. So that's what this is all about. You're right about that. The first hour right now, and it's been this way for a couple of years now, the first hour, or really up between 9:30 and 11, is where you make your money. And then earnings. That's why you don't see me or hear me in here between 11:30 and 3 o'clock making a whole lot of noise and talking just to be talking. Because you shouldn't be sitting here frustrating yourself in front of a screen. Get out, do something constructive. I'm sitting outside, I'm playing with my dogs, working on a project here and there, or I'm doing mentor sessions if there's any schedule. But if you go back and start looking at your data, you're gonna see when you start losing money, or when the trades start really acting crazy. Now, yes, every blue moon there will be a stock that'll make a really good move. But why doesn't it bother me? Because those every blue moon moves don't amount to much. You end up losing. So no. But all of this comes with experience. It comes with coming in every day and listening to what I'm sharing with you. This isn't stuff I made up that I just came up with off the top of my head because I did something and it worked a couple of times. No, this comes from years and years of, screen time. It comes from, learning from an abusive mentor. This guy will say, he'll ask me if I'm stupid. Has the market slapped you stupid or what? What the F are you thinking? And blah. Helps me realize how dumb I was to do something. But I'm sharing this stuff. I'm sharing this with you because this is what's real. We talked about fairy dust yesterday. Some people get fairy dust sprinkled on them and it's the best thing that ever happened to them in their life. But they never make a dime. Yep, trying to catch lightning. My mom has this game that we play when we have our Christmas celebrations. She has this game that we play, and she has paper money, and she drops it in between our two fingers, and we have to catch it. You know, when she drops it, and if we catch it, we get to keep it. The hardest damn thing to do. It's the hardest damn thing to do. You think it's so easy, but it's so hard trying to catch that. And then it seems like the harder you focus, the worse you do. Because like you start out with $1 bills, and then we get up to the 20, and everybody wants to win the 20 so bad, they just overly focus. All right, guys, so it's lunchtime, and see, Nvidia is bouncing. It's bouncing off the 9. It hasn't reclaimed the 9 yet. I mean, the 20 hasn't reclaimed the 9 yet. But I'm not pissed about this stop because this is my break-even stop. And this was a hard order sitting out. So it was probably lumped in with a whole bunch of other orders under the 20 that got hit. All right. So here you saw 2 examples today of that happening. You know, just one trade that we looked at. There's one trade that we looked at where it got wicked out here under the moving averages. That's why you don't. And this was a live shot. This is what happens when you have your stop just under a level. This is what happens. But I'm going to put a hard stop in because I've already got profit and I want to protect what I've got. So I don't have any reservation at all. None. Yeah, Frank, that's the whole point of this. Nobody's teaching you this. Because they all teach you how to be marks. They all teach you how to be marks for the assassins. Well, why can't we be an assassin? We can be. Guys, y'all want a good book to read over the weekend? And some of you probably already read this book. Some of you have probably already read this book. You might have read it many times. I'm snapping a picture of it now. You see what happens. This book right here. See what happens is you're taught as a beginning trader to think like a mark. The mark is the person that gets assassinated. Is who the assassin is looking for. You're taught to trade like a mark. Do you make a couple bucks? Yeah, you do win a little bit of money. But do you walk out with any profit? It's just like going to a casino, right? Yeah, you win a couple of hands. You win some money here and there. But by the end of this, yeah, matter of fact, I'll post the whole morning on YouTube. Maybe some people will watch it over the weekend. But what this book it helps teach you how to think like an assassin, not like a mark. It's the strategy that it's a study of strategy. And it helps focuses your mind on what you're actually doing. Okay, we're kind of playing chess every day. And that's why, I've got a blog on my website, that talks about how chess can help you become a better trader. It's all training your mind. That's what it is. It's all training your mind. So if you haven't read that book, read it. That's something good you can read over the weekend. Even if you got the audio version and just listen to it, it's fine. I'm sure there are PDF copies on the web somewhere. But that book it'll help you think. It will help you think. Critical thinking skills. All right, guys, it's time for me to go to lunch. So I'm gonna sign off for lunch, but just think about what I said. And just coming in every day and just focusing on the right things. I've had traders the whole 12 years I've been doing this that will come in and all they want to do is try to find me making mistakes or to come in and criticize what I did in a trade or something. And I'm like, so you pay your money to come in to criticize me. What the hell are you learning? Why are you wasting your time and your money? You're supposed to be learning. It's crazy. Some of the things that I've dealt with. I gotta reset my Thinkorswim. There's something wrong with it. Alright, guys, but that's it. I'm signing off. You know what? I don't want to conjugate anything. I'm rebelling against being a classroom teacher. I'm rebelling. Alright, but I'll be back to check on just to see what's happening under just what's happening after lunch. I'll come back and check it out. But I'll catch you on the flip side.